Good evening. A sea of protesters has again descended on the city, with a crowd numbering in their thousands staging a largely peaceful demonstration against mandates and the pandemic bill. Palpable anger was directed at Daniel Andrews, who, according to the latest opinion poll, is on track for a third term as Premier. State political reporter Mark Santomartino.
Shaded by the trees of Flagstaff Gardens, protesters gathered en masse in their largest and loudest demonstration yet against mandates and the Premier's proposed pandemic laws. Their march began on the steps of Parliament, funnelling past perplexed Christmas shoppers on Burke Street. And the retailer's 12-year-old Kayla can no longer visit because she's unvaccinated.
I got excluded. I was crying this morning because I couldn't go to my jiu-jitsu.
The Mounted Brigade was ready and waiting, but had little to do. Security dragging this man from a mostly peaceful crowd that police managed to guide away from protesters protesting them.
Anti-vaxxers, you can't hide!
Condemning the makeshift guillotines and gallows paraded at Parliament this past week.
They're undermining, democracy, and we're here to say, actually, being on the left, we need to be pro-health and we need to tackle these far ideas.
Extremism drowned out in a sea of confusion and concern.
I'm here for my children. I'm worried about their future.
People shouldn't be forced to lose their jobs to be vaccinated.
I'd like to see anybody tell me why we shouldn't be standing up for our freedom.
As big as this crowd is, and the fact it continues to grow week after week in opposition to the Premier's pandemic laws, according to the latest news poll, his government is more popular than it was at the 2018 election. Daniel Andrews leads Matthew Guy as Victoria's preferred Premier and has extended Labor's lead 58 to 42 to party preferred.
Don't believe no poll. This is your poll.
Independent Catherine Cumming refusing to break the deadlock and vote to pass pandemic legislation that will return to Parliament in 10 days' time.
Even some of the harshest critics of the bill would say that it's not perfect, but it's an improvement on what we've got.
That bill is a lockdown bill, and it's a bill that's designed by Daniel Andrews to be used for further lockdowns.
Mark, there's still a big presence in the city tonight.
Well, not here at Flagstaff Gardens, Alicia. All of the protesters dispersed about an hour or so ago, but a small number of the thousands upon thousands who are here in the gardens have returned to the front steps of Parliament. This is a live shot from our helicopter. You can see them dancing there, singing, as well as live streaming to Facebook as we go to air tonight. We know, if the past week is anything to go by, that a lot of them will be camping out there each and every night, with more and more numbers arriving. You can expect that until this pandemic bill is resolved. Of course, the government wanted that done this week. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, with that next and final sitting week of Parliament to start at the end of this month. Alicia?
All right, Mark Santomartino, thank you.